And we're getting ready for the weekend, man. A lot of stuff going on still. A lot of moves still being made. It looks like, let me see. I just saw somebody just made a move. Of course, we got Devin White, and that's up and down. A lot of people happy. A lot of people wish we could have got better, but it's an upgrade to what we have. Period. I said the other day I wouldn't be. What's going on, Bruce? What's going on, Jason? Um, I wouldn't be sad if we kept Zach Cunningham. Devin White came out strong in his career, and someone, oh my God, he came out strong in his career, and it's kind of petered off because I believe he was a high draft pick. Let me see stats, career. He was up there, and then 2019 he had a good year. 2020, I believe, was a Pro Bowl year for him. Yeah, he had 133 tackles, 9 sacks, so he got it off in 2020. 2021 he dropped down, but he still had the 20 and 2021 were good years. And 21 and 22 he was healthy. 23 he missed 3 games, but you go from 122 to 110 to 71 total tackles. So he dropped a little bit last year. I'd have to really get into his tapes. 3.5 sacks in 21, 5.5 in 22, and last year he only had 2.5. So he also had 2 picks. So that's the most interceptions he's had in one season. So, but at the end of the day, it's definitely an upgrade from what we have. So I'm good with that. I'm really okay with that. I think people get so caught up, especially when most people don't do their own homework. Watch the tapes and figure out what we have based on what we are getting in. This guy is a high energy player. Um, he knows how to get around the ball. He knows how to get people down on the ground. He knows how to tackle. And to me, that's the biggest thing, because we can't go in doing the same nonsense we did last year on defense. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. And I keep saying the same things, that as bad as our defense was last year, we could have been at least adequate if we could have just tackled. But for whatever reason, that skill just eluded us last year, and I don't get it. So, yeah, Jason, it's a prove it deal. Definitely a prove it deal. New environment, trying to make some things happen, new people. And again, I got to give the plus to that's a question you can always ask. What would Devin White look like if he played for Vic Fangio? Now we're about to find out. He had a C on his chest down in Tampa Bay. They don't just give those out at random. So at least at one point in his career, he had to be good. And he's still relatively young. So I'm okay with this. He's 26 years old. He's good size. You know what I mean? 237, good size. He's not a small guy. And it's going to be, I think, a challenge to see what Nakobe Dean is going to do this year when he finally gets on the field. So is he going to put on some weight? And I don't know. You know what I mean? That's one of those things where I'm sure at every stage of his career, somebody has criticized him about the weight that he's playing at or what he's trying to do. Heck, when he was down at Georgia, you're too small to play in the SEC. I'm sure he's heard that before, but the only thing he does is get on the field and ball out. So, but yeah, I think we're good. Devin White is fast. He's athletic. He knows how to get to the ball. He's a very physical player. He is a high energy guy on that field. Now, if his play can match his energy, we'll be in good shape. We'll be in very good shape. So, I don't know. Move this back a little bit. I'm not sure um, where all of the hate is coming from. Not hate, but I know everybody wanted Patrick Queen, but Patrick Queen wasn't available. So, um, and you got to look, man. They were paying some cash, and I am quite positive that Howie Roseman had a cap for how high he wanted to go, and some of those guys, Patrick Queen included, were over that cap. Now, I don't know if it would have made any difference if we would have tried to sign a running back first or a linebacker first. I don't know um, what was their order of things, what was their preference. You know what I mean? The order of importance. I like to say, um, do what you must do what you need to do, then do what you want to do in that order. So, Chris, what did PFF say? His grades are bad. That's why people don't like Devin White. Okay. He didn't have a good year last year. He had a good year the year before. So I got to look at, what happened. Was it a personnel decision? Was it too much on him? Was he trying to cover for somebody else? I don't know. They weren't saying that 2-3 years ago, but what have you done for me lately? I get that. But at the end of the day, why are we complaining about somebody on a 1-year deal for like $7 million? Why are we complaining about that? The question you got to answer is he better than the linebackers we had on the roster this year? If the answer is yes, or even arguably, if arguably is the answer, that's an improvement. He was better than Nick Moreau. He was better than Kobe Dean. And just based on the eye test, he's probably a better linebacker than Zach Cunningham. Just strictly based on how everything played out last year. Everybody's going to bring up a linebacker in coverage. You're not going to find many good linebackers that are great in coverage. It all depends on who they're going up against. It all depends on what defense they are in, what kind of zone they run. Did the quarterback have to give up the ball? Did you, he got two interceptions last year. His only other year for picks was his rookie year, I think. Yeah, he had 2 interceptions. The last season he had an interception period was in 2019, his rookie season. He had 1 pick. He had 2 last year. He had 6 pass defense, and 2.5 sacks. So the tackles were down drastically. He missed 3 games. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we got what we got. Can't be mad at it. Let me see what does Zach Cunningham end up with? Because I thought Zach Cunningham had a pretty decent year. He ended up with 54 tackles. So they right on the same level. But you got to give the edge to Devin White because he's 4 years younger. So I'm okay with where we are. Don't get so caught up in numbers and analytics, because at the end of the day, it's going to be what they bring on the field. And is there an analytic for the Vic Fangio effect? You know what I mean? I want to go back and look at all of them guys. I got to jump on the Dolphins Twitter Spaces again and talk with them guys. What was Miami? There we go. Look at Miami's defense. Look at the Dolphins defense before Vic Fangio, with Vic Fangio. And then the final analysis of it is going to be this year in 24 without Vic Fangio. That's what we need to see. We need that 3-year sample without, with, and after he left. Then we're going to see what's what. But for right now, what was Miami's defense rank in 2022? So he must have done something right. Fangio must have done something right, because I'm quite positive that yes, they did have a ton of injuries. Yes, they did. You are correct. But it didn't go back. All I'm saying is go back to a year where Miami was playing relatively solid ball, and just what they did last year. That's the comparison I want to make. Because if they had so many ballers before the injury, because the injury, that's Jason, that's a valid point, bro. Valid point. Because Miami was taking it on the chin, almost worse, as bad as us, as bad as the Eagles. So it'll be interesting to see what he does, what Devin White does. I don't think he'll be as bad as people think, and I don't understand. I guess I don't know when Dan Sileo decided, like he's the de facto go-to, but I think he talked to Warren Sapp, and Warren Sapp had some words. But again, it's like we're going to see. We're going to find out. And if he does play well, they're going to say, well, they're either going to say, I didn't expect that out of him, or they're going to find some caveat to say, well, I did say that one time that he was still a good player. Or, at the end of the day, nobody wants to be wrong. And everybody wants to be able to say, I told you so. That's what it comes down to. So at this point, I don't care. All I know is Devin White is better than what we had last year. To a man. He's better than Nakobe Dean. He's better than Nick Moreau. And he's better and younger than Zach Cunningham. So I don't mind seeing Zach Cunningham and Devin White on the field at the same time. That wouldn't bother me in the least. But we got to get somebody young. We got to get a young rookie coming out, and we probably will, or coming up against the draft, because don't forget, you can do trades at the draft. So there could be players traded and stuff like that. It happens all the time. So Howie's not done with all of this. They're still I'm hearing all of the stuff talking about what Chicago could possibly do with Justin Fields, because they didn't move him. That might be a deal that might not happen until draft day. You never know. You never know. So they're going to get it done. I don't think Chicago's stupid enough to try to keep Justin Fields and draft Caleb Williams. That just doesn't make sense. I'm with I heard Dominique Foxworthy today, and he said there's no way you can draft Caleb Williams and keep Justin Fields, because if your main goal as an organization is to give your first round draft pick quarterback the best possible scenario, that does not exist, and you keep Justin Fields. And I agree with that. You're trying to put that kid right back in the same situation, and don't do that. We need to chip. I want my son to witness the birds. Yo, Chris, everybody says that, man. Everybody, yeah. We've been in that for a while. Ain't really much you could do about it, but it is what it is. I ain't mad at you, because I remember, everybody saw the video when Kobe Bryant was with his daughter when we won. What's the guy's name? The financial guy that's on CNN, that's from Philly. He was at the Super Bowl, and they had footage of him crying because, he got to see it. His dad never saw it. Like, we get stuff like that all the time. But at the end of the day, everybody want to win the championship. Everybody. I'm still stinging from when I was in high school. losing to the Bengals, losing to the 49ers twice. Freaking Joe Montana beat us twice in the Super Bowl. So I feel you. I feel you. Not Dallas. Yeah, Dallas is in some trouble, man. Dallas is in some. Oh my God, I never would have saw that coming with Dallas, man. This stuff with Dak Prescott, it's just a giant distraction that they don't need right now. And the big question is their brand dying out? Not, it's never going to die out. But I guess sometimes we get star fatigue, for lack of a better term. People now are a little bit more knowledgeable, especially with social media, and you got this influx of opinions coming from all different directions that we didn't have 20 years ago. And 20 years ago, your perspectives were channeled by the limited amount of outlets. It was ESPN and everybody else. Then it was ESPN and Fox. Then it was ESPN and Fox and CNN, and then, NBC Sports. And so it was only a few of them. Now you got so many views and opinions and places where you can watch the content. And then some people that are fans of an organization, Eagles fans and Dallas fans and Giants fans, and look at all of the reaction that we've been getting through all of the reactions we've been getting from Saquon Barkley, from all of this stuff going on with Tiki Barber. Now Tiki Barber and Ryan Clark are beefing. I'm working on a video about that, by the way. It's crazy. Every team's got something, and there's all of these different perspectives for all of these different outlets, and a lot of these people that you never thought of are making sense and gathering influence that didn't exist before. So it's a different level of voices out there, and you got to pay attention to them because everybody ain't crazy. Everybody's not crazy. The problem I see now is, and I guess I'm going on my little social media rant. The problem I see now is most times when people get information on social media, we're so lazy now as a society. Nobody vets the information anymore. Nobody. They hear a story. If they see it, if it's from Schefter or somebody, or in any situation, nobody vets the information. They just trust the people. And it's like, you still can't do that because it's too easy. Yes, they are quote unquote trustworthy, but it's too easy to put false narratives out there now. It's too easy to bend the truth. And nobody does their homework anymore. Nobody does their homework. It's so weird because everybody's got receipts until you have to look for one. And everything that's on social media now is timestamped, so it shouldn't be hard to find. Should not be hard to find. That's why I thought it was funny last night with the whole Ryan Clark thing. Now Ryan Clark and Tiki Barber are going at it because after everything that happened with Saquon, Ryan Clark chimed in and put a thing on his podcast, The Pivot, and it was talking about his experience with Tiki Barber. And of course, Tiki Barber comes back and is like, I don't know what he's talking about. He's making stuff up and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I can see that possibly Tiki Barber might not remember that moment because Tiki Barber was up here. Ryan Clark wasn't there yet. Ryan Clark was like a rookie or a second year vet playing with. Let me be honest with you. I totally forgot that Ryan Clark played with the Giants. Totally forgot. The only thing I remember Ryan Clark for is the Redskins and the Steelers. So I had even forgot about that part of his career. But he remembers an incident where, and this is what gives it some validity to me, because Tiki Barber, he would try to big time you. I could see that happening. I was lucky enough when I was with the Eagles. Nobody really tried to big time me like that. Nobody did. So it was more on an even keel, but you know, I can see Tiki Barber doing that. And Ryan Clark was just going over one of his experiences. So you can't tell him it didn't happen. You just can't. And I'm sure somewhere it's on tape. So in any case, yeah, we talked about is Devin White the best linebacker we have right now? Would you co-sign that? Is he the best one we have right now? I would say so. I would definitely say so. With Zach Cunningham coming in a close second. The flip side of that is it's not hard to be right now. After everything that happened last year towards the end of the season, that is not hard to be. So, heck, you gotta you would have to play absolutely putrid to worry about that. Let me see something real quick. So it's a I think it was a good signing. Yes, there were other options, better options available, but not at the price that Howie wanted. I'll say it like that. Because that was it's some other teams spending a lot of cheddar. They spending a lot of money. And we got this. This is Jason, I think you said it perfectly, man. This is a tryout year for him. Because he's trying to get a payday too. And that's the thing that people shouldn't forget. Everybody in the league is trying to get their payday. Everybody. And whatever you got to do, Saquon finally got it. The Giants just they resisted, and finally he found another way to get it. So you know what? The Giants are stuck on Daniel Jones, and they get what they get. So, and a lot of people think that the Giants made some good moves, getting rid of Saquon and stuff like that. So I'm not, it is what it is. We'll find out on the field next year. But I think we are in a situation where the Eagles, because of Howie Roseman and the moves that he's made, the Eagles have gotten a lot better very, very quickly. And we're not done. Our secondary now, to me, is legitimate. Bringing back C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Eventually, we're going to get Sidney Brown back. And I'm looking at possibly, one or two draft picks. We already signed an offensive tackle, I think it was. So we addressed through free agency. We got a safety, a linebacker, an offensive lineman. We signed our kicker. So we filling in the gaps. And we fill it in the gaps with veteran players. Everybody wants to get that draft pick, forgetting the fact that the draft pick is going to have to take their lumps. You think I would be shocked if Chicago drafts Caleb Williams, if Caleb Williams just comes in and just starts lighting it up. I will be shocked about that. You look at CJ Stroud and the success that he had last year. And I said this last night, right people, right time, right coaches. He's in the right place with the right people at the right time. Anthony Richardson, he's in the right place with the right people at the right time. If he gets healthy and Shane Steichen can do what he did with Anthony Richardson like he did with Jalen, Anthony Richardson's going to be dangerous. I think CJ Stroud is that guy because he had that level of success. Can he reproduce it? We'll see next year because that second year is going to be harder because now everybody's got you on tape. Same thing happened with Jalen. It wasn't until his third year, and People look at that third year, and I try to tell people it was his third year, but more importantly, he was in the same offense for the second year with Shane Steichen. So he already had the answers to the test. Why is that important? Because 2022, that Super Bowl run was the first time in Jalen Hurts' collegiate and professional history that he had the same coach 2 years in a row, same offensive coordinator. And it is supremely difficult to learn an offense. And I don't think people give enough credit for that. It is supremely difficult. So if you in Chicago and you flip-flopping offensive coordinators trying to find the right fit, that is confusing. Justin Fields is taking it on the chin because he's trying to make chicken salad out of chicken crap. It is supremely difficult to do. People just tend to forget that if you are the quarterback of your team, you got to learn that whole offense, and you got to know what everybody else is supposed to do, because you got to orchestrate. You're the conductor. As the quarterback, you are the conductor. And Jalen Hurts had that here with Shane Steichen on our Super Bowl run. And it showed. He was comfortable in the offense. Everything was flowing. He was making right decisions. He was throwing the ball and putting the ball on a dime. He really established himself as a throwing quarterback. And then when you see what he did, even in the loss, when you see what he did in the Super Bowl, that was ridiculous. So I want to see what Kellen Moore can do. And this is the problem I have with the Eagles. It's not a problem, but this is the worry that I have, because we're bringing in, now we got Kellen Moore. And let's say Kellen Moore, I'm expecting Kellen Moore to be successful. I'm expecting Jalen Hurts to be. This offense should be successful with all of these weapons. And what do you think is going to happen with Kellen Moore? He's going to be out of here with another head coaching gig. That's just the way it goes. If we go deep in the playoffs, we're getting cherry picked again. EC1, I'm with you, dude. I know everybody around Philadelphia wants Jeremiah Trotter Jr., and Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is a good linebacker. But I'm with you. I prefer Edgerrin Cooper. He is just as good, if not better. A lot of people would argue that he's the better linebacker, and he is physically a bigger athlete. At linebacker, I want the bigger and faster. So we'll see how this shakes out. But I'm with you 100%, man. Hold on. Who just had Jason? What do I think the next move the Eagles make before the draft, if any? I think they might try to get another linebacker that we're not thinking about right now, because his name is not in the upper echelon of. I think we might get a couple other signees in the building just to boost up the roster and get some bodies in here before camp starts. But I can see us trying to get another linebacker or another DB, because you got to get bodies in camp and you got to generate some competition. And again, I keep saying this, we don't know what's going to happen in camp next year, because thanks to Dan Campbell, we've seen the blueprint to being a physical team. And I don't think Jeffrey Lurie or Howie Roseman wants to trot that crap that we had last year on defense out again, where we couldn't tackle worth a damn. I wouldn't mind seeing Justin Simmons. What's the price tag, though? At the end of the day, everybody's trying to get their bag, and every team can't pay that type of money. I saw a couple of tweets and stuff like that talking about for what they paid for Devin White, they could have paid that to TJ Edwards. Absolutely, 100%. They could have done that, but they didn't. We let him walk, and that was a mistake. Can't do nothing about it now. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, don't do nothing but rhyme. And maybe that's the reason why Howie's making the decisions he's making now. He doesn't want to be in that position again. He knows he screwed up with TJ. He knows he screwed up with CJ, which is why he brought him back. Can't bring back TJ. He locked in. So again, it is what it is. So it's lowest price, nobody paying service, so he's 30. Right. That's the other thing, man. Howie's been good. We looking for youth. We're not trying to get Shaq Leonard back in here. Shaq Leonard was good at one point, but clearly he is not the same player. But again, having said that, and this is the problem with all of our criticisms and critiques and naysaying of last year. We kind of got to throw that out, because what did we find out? We all knew that we couldn't tackle. But the downfall towards the end of the year was that because obviously it's a mix of things. But when you get hey, what's going on, Mary? Good morning. You must be on the West Coast. Mary's on the Facebooks. CJ Gardner. Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, EC. I'm gonna be checking CJGJ. I want to hear that. I got tired of everybody jumping on them for the. Well, I can't say I'm tired of it. My personality is different with stuff like that. We roll off. Stuff rolls off our back. I'm not holding a grudge. And let me be honest with you, sometimes Eagles fans are very thin-skinned. Like, why are you still worried about what he said while he was playing a video game and somebody gave him a super chat? Who cares? That comes with the territory. He said what he said. And I would imagine he was probably sick of Philly at that particular time. Because the same way that Saquon Barkley's went through what he went through. The same way. I don't think Saquon Barkley should have I don't think Saquon Barkley should have put that statement out prefacing he should have did this earlier. I think he just should have did it. He was kind of on a whirlwind thing, and just should have put it out. I don't think I wouldn't have put that. I should have done this earlier, so I apologize. Like, no, just say the apology, because there's still a ton of fans in New York that still love Saquon Barkley, regardless. This has only come out because of what Tiki Barber said. And it looks like Tiki Barber is the NFL's version of Cat Williams, because everybody's going after him. Everybody's going after him. But that's the way the game works now. So it's just, he going to be up there in New York getting his clicks. What's up, Dave? Happy Friday, bro. Aaron Donald's retiring. I didn't hear that. Wow, Aaron Donald's hanging it up. Hanging it up. Hey, man, if your body's getting beat up and you already got that chip, good, man, you good. You good. Hang it up. You had a good one. You Hall of Fame. Fletcher's Hall of Fame. Both of them got the chips. Both of them got crazy numbers. So, yeah, we were just talking about Devin White, man. We were just talking about that. So Devin White, yeah, my thoughts basically are that he is the best linebacker on our roster right now. So let's just roll with it. A lot of people aren't crazy about it, but I understand. For the money and what we got, I think it was a good move. Period. But yeah, man, Aaron Donald, man, congratulations. Congratulations. So if you guys are on, I see we got like 20-something people on the Twitter, in the Twitterverse. If you guys get some time, please come to my YouTube channel and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Devondre Campbell is still out there. That's about it. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Obviously, there's somebody out there that we're not thinking of. And it'll pop up eventually. So that's the way things go. And again, all of this anticipation and all of these moves, it's gonna happen again the closer we get to the draft, and then it's gonna happen again on draft day. So, I mean, we just getting a dose of it. We're getting a dose of it. Yeah, that 29 Hall of Fame class is gonna be lit, Jay. Agreed. Agreed. So we are in a good place. Howie Roseman is proving he still earns my moniker. He is the Wizard of Philadelphia. That has never changed. He makes things happen. I'm gonna have to. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna create a intro. I got to create an intro, and I'm gonna start using like some of the footage that I took when I was at the Eagles parade. We had all of the alumni down at the art museum, so I got some good footage of that. Good pictures, some good footage. Got a couple pictures with the GOAT, Harold Carmichael. Just the guys down there with Seth and Freddie X, all them guys, man. So that was cool. So I got to put some content together about that. But we're in good shape. What up? What up? You got hit with the spell check. Choach. It's all good. It is all good. I appreciate you. Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. It looks like I am going to make Monday evenings a permanent for streaming live. My streaming schedule is kind of haphazard because a lot of times I'll jump on very impromptu. I won't plan it. There's no thumbnails, anything like that. I just roll with it. But after my experience last Monday, which was a very good experience, I had 110 people on the live stream, and I was just ecstatic. So I'm going to make Monday night at 9:30 a regular thing. I don't know if I'm gonna call it Mondays with Marcus, or I don't know. If you got a cool name, send it to me. But yeah, we had fun on Monday night. A lot of people. I went late, like I started late, and hopefully that'll bring in some of the people. We got a lot of Eagles fans on the West Coast, man. A lot of Eagles fans on the West Coast, and I'm trying to talk to some of them people because they don't ever get no love from the East, just strictly because of the time difference. My brother-in-law is in Dallas. He lives around DFW, so he's always looking for content down in enemy territory. But there is a big contingency of Eagles fans in Dallas, Utah, California. So I'm trying to touch some of them Eagles fans on the West Coast. So, but going forward, I'm still going to keep my live at lunch Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12:10 to 12:50. This is perfect for me. I love it. Right now, I'm on my lunch. That's why I start at 12:10 and I get done at 12:50. So this has been perfect for me, but I am definitely going to do that Monday night stream again. We had too much fun doing that. What's up, Nashville? Yes. See, I played with Randall. Oh, Dave, you're in Nashville. Okay. Yeah, I played with Randall, man. Randall hosted me as a rookie for Thanksgiving and Christmas at his house. So I got mad love for Randall. I got to make some calls because I got to I got to find a way to get Randall on the show, or to just so I could talk with him for 10, 15 minutes. I'm going to find a way to do that. So I'm definitely going to get, try to get Seth on. I'm going to try to get my boy Baldy on. I'm going to try to get in touch with Vi. I haven't talked to Vi in a minute, but Vi is a good friend of mine. I had Ken Dunnick on a couple of weeks ago. Ken's a good friend of mine, real good dude. He played with Jaworski, and he played with the Philadelphia Stars in the USFL. So I've had a couple people on here, but I definitely want to get Randall on, man. So yeah. So but I'm gonna get up out of here now because my time is up. But remember that Monday night, I'll definitely be having some stuff going on in the weekend because I'm producing this evening. I'm going to be producing a video about March Madness, the women's game of March Madness, because I've been watching the women. It's been phenomenal. So Dawn Staley, Caitlin Clark, LSU with Kim Mulkey and Angel Reese and Flau'jae Johnson, Kim Beckers at UConn, Juju Watkins at USC. All them girls have been balling. Full Wiley at South Carolina, that freshman, she's been killing it. So it should be a very fun tournament, and selection, I guess it's selection Sunday this weekend. So it's all gonna get started. So I'll be covering that, and I'll be covering. I found my first NASCAR racer. I'm watching Kyle Larson, and in the Craftsman Truck Series, I'm watching Rajah Caruth. So it's been fun, man. Getting into a lot of good stuff lately, and I'm enjoying it. So you guys have a good weekend. I know some of y'all are probably taking off of work early today because it's Friday and it's nice outside. I hope some of y'all get into the golf course and at least getting in 9. So, but I'm gonna get out of here. Have a good weekend. I will probably be producing and launching some stuff tonight, and of course, it'll be live all weekend. So whatever happens is gonna happen. But definitely come back Monday night. Monday night, I'm going at 9:30 p.m. So you got plenty of time, eat dinner, hang with the family, and that should be late enough to where you can tune in. And not for nothing, go to my YouTube channel, select a playlist, play it, and just let it go. Let it play, go get something to eat, and then come back when it's done. So you guys have a great weekend. I appreciate everybody on this. And let's continue to grow, man. Let's continue to do it. Have a good weekend. I'm out.